Sa wakas, nandito na po tayo sa Grand Final Showcase. This is totally the exact hour that we were supposed to stream it at. Yes, exactly. But
Dude, it has been such a long day. It's like 12:37 a.m. at your time. So
yeah,
thank you for your patience. Honestly, we've been working our ass off, and you guys have been waiting your ass off. So hope this will be worth the long wait. So
yeah.
this Mappool showcase is going to be very long. The maps are long and plentiful. There is a lot to show, both in the 4K and 7K division.
Yep.
Okay. Also, this is just a primer. What's gonna happen tonight? So we will have the 4K Mappool showcase first, and then the 7K Mappool showcase. And I think everyone is already pretty much aware. Grand Finals tiebreaker will happen after both showcases are done.
Yes, and while we wanted to do 7K first, we've been delayed so much that it seems not feasible anymore. So 4K will be going first, so we don't have any more commentator scheduling issues.
Yep.
'Cause I can stay up, no worries, but I'm not sure if everyone else can. So
Yeah.
well, let's pass the mic to Mr. Lot, and also a new
Yep.
face here in the commentary booth. We have Rui with a gun. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
Can you say that one, please?
Can we?
I'm not even sure anymore.
I'm not even
Oh.
sure anymore.
Rui with
Hello.
the pew pew. There you go.
I'm
Pew,
getting
pew.
drop kicked again and again, I think.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you're not the one being dropkicked. What do you mean?
Wait. Oh, yeah.
I feel so.
Like, yeah. Anyways, I think it's about time for us to start with the 4K Mappool showcase.
Take it away, Lot.
Yeah, this is such a banger map pool. Like, we've been gathering basically the best maps for this round, so let us start with race 1, shall we? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, co-commentating for the 4K showcase is going to be Snow, I believe.
Hello.
Yup. Hi. This is a very convenient time to introduce him because he is also the mapper of this Speed Kings Hectic beta version at 1.1.
Yeah, so you might be kind of familiar with your standard stream picks. I mean, every now and then you get like some rolls, or you just get like rolling streams. This plays a whole lot differently. I would say, for the most part, it's kind of a mix of like rolls and just like these index patterns.
Yeah, this map is very constant, and this, I think originally when I tried to pull this, I based the map off the BPM and thought 1.2 would be alright, but turns out the map is way harder than the BPM suggests.
Yeah, I would say for a speed pick, this is really tense. And I would say this first half plays fairly light in consideration to the second half. But
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a difficult pick.
very hard. Yeah.
I mean, it's grand finals. What do you expect at this point?
So-called 186 BPM speed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the good thing about like a pick like this one is it's not just continuous speed patterns thrown at you for like 2.5 minutes straight, basically. You get a lot of break time between each stream, so potentially stamina might not be as much as an issue as you might expect with like these regular speed picks, but it's definitely going to be a lot harder to tackle a speed pick like this one, just given, I guess, for lack of a better term, how kind of technical it is.
Yeah. The small breaks give you just enough to replenish your stamina, but that we countered it by making the map more raw skill heavy. So each burst is going to be a very direct attack on your endurance. Yep. That there goes
So
Rice
can I
Wine.
just say, a 99.72 on this is just crazy.
Whoever played this has to be very ET.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. Please do not base this score off and say that this map is easy. It absolutely
It's
is not.
not.
It's probably
It's
one of
so
the
hard.
hardest maps in the Mappool.
Yeah, but we can move on to race 2 now.
Mhm. Well, good time we have Kakagiri in one of our map pools.
It's not a map pool without category.
Yeah. Camellia.
This will be your
Y'all know Camellia already, but let's give Kakagiri some of the spotlight.
But this will be your more kind of sensor jump through instant thing. It is also on the shorter side, at least compared to our next thing. But there are so many patterns in here. It's gonna be so easy to control that.
This map has a surprising amount of chord jacking. Like, yeah, you can see these are some dense chord jacks. If you were like good enough at those, then you may be fine. But if you're like me, then you probably drop a lot more on the chord jacks than the hand sleeves. But honestly, it's good because none of the other picks test dense chord jacks in such a direct way, so it's just more skill set coverage, honestly.
And you also do get like that little break part like near the middle, so this shouldn't be as stamina intensive as maybe like compared to the next pick. It's still gonna be stamina intensive though. It's grand finals. All these picks are so relentless.
Crazy map. This is 278 BPM, a step up from last round definitely. At this point, BPM increases are inevitable, and this map is also very dense. Similar density to last round, I think.
Yeah, you even have like all these like controls like involved within this pick as well. So I would say if you're able to play something from last week, fine, then potentially this should be another pick you might want to play. But obviously, that's not considering the physicality bump up.
Right. Yeah, this map is not that long. It's just 2 minutes and 2 seconds. What can go wrong? Question mark.
Yeah, but we can move on to our next race pick, our stamina. And
This one is
will
going
be
to
a
be-
custom.
Yup, by Epic Man 2. This is a very solid map. I would love to. Please enjoy this
Yeah,
map.
this is
And
fun.
yeah, I would love to see this being ranked as soon as possible. It's just a very solid map.
Yeah, it's fun. I would okay. Despite my score on this, this is still really difficult. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
think-
gonna be kind of a common theme. Like you're gonna see good scores, but they're all still so difficult.
Yeah, I think the playtesting team is kind of stacked suddenly. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like we went from like I guess somewhat struggling with these like with finals, semifinals, and now we're just all able to just like set good replacement moves.
Yeah,
I would say though, if you're able to comfortably play like grand finals on WC, this might feel a bit on the easier side, just because it's not like as technical and it's not as like dense as like something we saw from the last pick. So I feel like potentially this is probably going to be like one of the higher scoring picks.
maybe. It's a bit undershot, like very
Yeah,
a little bit. It's like 282 BPM. That's a bit under MWC Grand Finals stamina pick, but this is also on the longer side, so I guess
Yeah.
it cancels out a bit.
yeah, you do have that sense of consistency, and even if it's like slightly undershot, I would say this is also just really non-stop. So stamina really becomes a bigger factor.
Yeah. The map is very constant. Oh right, you cannot escape the core jacks.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
You
I
know,
would also
continue
say-
in all of your games.
This probably isn't as, I guess, finger control heavy as like the last pick where you have like split throws, just like a lot of these other throws. Like you still see them, but I wouldn't say they're as problematic as like the last pick. So that's, I guess, one saving grace when kind of playing this as well. And also just the fact that like some of these patterns are also a lot lighter.
Yeah, this map is fairly comfortable. It's not as technical as, say, Lemon Guy Jump Stream Hand Stream. And one thing to mention is that Epic Man made this map with visuals in mind, so the patterns are very intuitive to look. They guide the direction itself. So it adds to the fun, honestly.
Definitely. I definitely think if you have the physicality for this, this definitely shouldn't be a bad pick, especially with like what you just said with like the visuals. Just this being a fairly friendly pick just to read in general, because I think especially as we get onto these like later picks, reading is going to become such an important aspect when trying to play these games.
Yeah. Some people have a hot take that reading is the most important skill set because it's essentially just pattern recognition, and once you nail that down, you will be able to control yourself to hit these accurately. This map being more intuitive on the visual side does aid the players in hitting them more easily.
Yeah. I definitely do think that reading aspect of like these picks, it's such like an underrated thing. But like, I would say if you have like the experience of kind of like switching scroll speeds, that's definitely where you notice like reading is such an important factor, especially within these harder picks.
Correct. But yeah, this map is very solid. I would say this is as good as Shoegazer Jumps from Handstream. It's just clean and well structured.
But with that, we can move on to our Rice 4 pick now.
Hello.
And it's
Who's the
also going
map
to be
art?
another custom. It might just be me. It might just be.
Maybe.
But this is going to be another Sewer Slut song in the pool after like 5 rounds, 4 rounds.
I
You
think
can't
this
escape.
guy likes Sewer Slut.
Just a little bit. But this will be your Jack pick. And one thing you'll notice off the bat is this is a lot lower in BPM compared to what you might expect. I believe last run was like 169 BPM.
Yeah. Last round was more focused on speed jacks and like tech-based wrist jacking motion and some slight manip, but this one is very wrist jack focused. There is not a lot of like manip gameplay in here.
Yeah, this pick, even I guess you could say as light as it is, I guess compared to like what you might be used to with like core jacks. I mean, I think in a tournament setting, this is still very dense, and alongside, this pick is so draining.
It's a very endurance heavy map indeed. And I think the song's vibe adds into it very well because it's very repetitive. It builds up something like a non-existent longing, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean,
Yeah,
this pick, it's so relentless. I don't even think you get a single break in this pick.
Right? It's just a never-ending quiet captivity.
Yeah, you literally you get 3 minutes of straight core jack. You do get this section though, which I guess you could say is on the trickier side, but I wouldn't say this is the hardest part. You start to see anchors get involved, but a little bit after this, you're gonna see the trickiness really step up.
Yeah, this part is it's kind of secondary, even though it's already breaching like forced wrist jack. You cannot just manip this like MWC core jacks anymore.
Yeah, and then you get this section right here. I would say this section, I guess, kind of similar in a way to last year's Mount Silver, where you had, I guess, like those like staircase patterns, if you will.
Yeah, those are very intuitive to see. Like the direction is clear. You know when and what to hit. So these are very nice patterns.
Yeah, and alongside like just having these patterns which are a lot trickier and the density picking up just a little bit for like those bursts, you still have to add that factor that you've been playing basically 2.5 minutes of pure core jack stamina.
Yeah, this map is heavy. There's literally no breaks. It's 3 minutes of continuous core jacks.
Yeah, good luck on this one. It's so
Ooh.
difficult.
Crazy.
I would probably say like most of the misses though probably come from the ending, at least from my experiences. I only got misses like at the ending just because of that stamina factor.
Yeah.
But we can move on to
Yeah.
Rice 5 now.
Yeah, the Rise 5, 6, 7 are like quenching your wildcard thirst because these maps are weird.
Yeah, and also another custom, Terminal 11. So you won't escape Terminal 11 this week.
Honestly, a lot of tournaments cannot escape Terminal 11. This artist is such a staple in technical mapping, but a lot of them just stop with reusing pre-existing Terminal 11 maps. We decided that we were bored, so let's try some Terminal 11. Here you go.
Probably a bit of an unfamiliar song. I mean, I guess I would say an unfamiliar one because you primarily play on those two. There is an SSR version. That one seems a lot different to this one. This one, it just basically throws everything you know about technicality at you. I mean, you have the mini jacks, you have all these like bursts of speed everywhere, and then like, in like a little bit, you're gonna see both of those mixed together.
Yeah, this is a very textbook and intense technique. A lot of mini jack and heavy stop and go bursts.
Yeah, and you also just get that added factor of like a lot of snapping being used all at the same time. So not only do you have to play the fast games, you're gonna have to play them and recognize when to kind of slow down and speed up.
Yeah, and regarding that, do not side read this. I mean, you can, but it's your
You shouldn't.
It's your loss if you side read this.
Yeah, I would say in terms of like reading, I guess compared to DNX and AC, I would say they are almost like near the same level of like how hard it is to read.
Yeah, the patterns are very hectic. Not a lot of clear direction compared to Rise 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's just chaos everywhere. But, I mean, it's a Terminal 11 pick. It's the grand finals. You kind of have to go in expecting absolute chaos on most of these picks.
Indeed. I think for maps like these, you're better off trying to hold an FC than to hold good act. Like this replay definitely does illustrates that well, because a miss is just going to cost way too much of your score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can move on to Rice 6 now. Your more, I guess, kind of dumpy pick.
You cannot escape Ska.
Yep. It is going to be Ska's 9mm on 1.05, which is really crazy to say, because this is already a really hectic and challenging file.
This map at base rate alone is already very tricky, and I think while playtesting this, I was like 1.0 should be fine, but then no, I think 1.05 is better. Someone else said.
Yeah, I mean, you get, I guess, kind of like, I guess a simple intro, at least compared to like the rest of it. But here's where you're really gonna see all these jumps kind of come in.
Yeah, Race 6 is supposed to be dump focused after all. And Sky is like the prime example of absolute improvisation focused mapping. Some of the patterns aren't even supposed to follow the sound in a straightforward manner. Like, they literally don't match the music, but you have to just play and feel the patterns to the song's very general vibe.
Yeah, I would say Scott does a really good job on that, and this being no exception at all. I would say also this pick is probably also really stamina intensive, just because like it's really non-stop, and even like within like in a break section like this one, you have like these really technical jacks.
Yeah, I did notice that Ska has a tendency of using jacks in break parts to create a sustained motion. So there's basically no breaks at all for the players.
Yeah, and I would say like as we get on into like this like I guess final section of like this song 4, it might not feel as like it might not feel harder, but I would say like kind of like the point that you're playing all of this and like it's basically non-stop. That's where it really gets you.
Yeah.
And especially this ending chanting part.
By now your hands are dead and you're still forced to play whatever this is.
Yeah.
You have to like got very good stamina management for these prize picks.
Yeah, these rice picks are so brutal. And we haven't even touched the boss pick.
Which is another Snow custom. Who would
Yep.
have guessed?
And also my 100th chart, so happy charting!
Yippee!
But yeah, I did decide to chart Mr. to myself. I think it was a little fitting. This pick is so brutal though. It's actually brutal.
This map, at least from this, what I'm seeing, it's 4 minutes and 58 seconds. That's almost marathon length.
Yeah, I believe this cuts into... that sounds about right. This pick is just overall very long, and you don't really get any breaks. I think at most you get like one real break section. But this starting section, it's gonna be mostly fast entry. It's gonna alternate between, I believe it's like 1/5 and 1/6 pattern until you get to this part where it's just 1/6 stream.
One thing is that the hand streams are also, it's mostly single streams mixed with triples, so this is the most technical variant of hand streams. It's like akin to a stop and go motion, and some anchors on top of those continuous stream motions. Like it just feels very typical of a tech description.
Yeah, but then you get into like this, I guess you could say kind of mini break section, but it's still gonna be kind of hard, especially if you're not like too good with like quad streams. I would say though that like in terms of like I guess quad stream stuff, this is probably a bit on the lighter side, especially kind of considering the BPM.
Yeah, but being lighter does come with being techier in this context. Like some of those like 90-degree rotated U-shaped patterns on one hand are like very hard to transition correctly.
But following that, you can get a mix of a jack section with some bursts kind of in between these jack sections. It is on the lighter side of jack, mostly just being jump jack, but it's 187 jack. That's hard.
Right?
And not to like point out, but like we just passed like barely the halfway mark, and this is probably like around 2 minutes already of playing all these patterns, and they're so stamina draining. Especially just like from the get-go, you're playing these really draining patterns.
Yeah, this might be the only true break throughout the whole map, and it separates the two first thirds and the final third, which I believe is the final climax.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this section also kind of just like, in a way, it separates two different like charting styles. I mean, you have, I guess you could say, your kind of generic like hamstring, jack, speed. But I would say once we kind of exit out of this break section, it's gonna be a lot more jump focused, and in a way, tries to mimic a Scott file. You'll kind of see what I mean.
This part is not just improvisation heavy, it's also very brute forcey with all these 4-note long jacks.
Yeah, those jump rolls are going to be really difficult, and this isn't even like the most intense section. Like, we still have like just a little bit to go before we get to like the real final part of this song.
Right now, the hardest part for me are the long jacks, but I think the next part is even more jack-based. Maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, you get like all these patterns, and you get mini jacks as well now.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it's being more jacky. Like, you have mini jacks on top of those 4-note anchors. Like, they are going to be very physical.
Yeah, this pick is just really physical, and it is by far the hardest rice pick. It takes that trophy by a mile.
I think this is like the hardest rice pick in the history of Philippines nationals in Mania 4K. So, what a way to end the rice Mappool and to celebrate the 100th map made by Snowo.
Celebration. That does conclude all of our rice picks, and we can finally move on to the Ellen ones.
The Snowo is here.
This will be your coordination pick, which I'm sure a lot of people are already familiar with, but this pick might not be too familiar.
This pick is like custom for a Korean tournament. I believe it is KMT2, but it's slotted as a wild card, which I respectfully do not understand because this is just a very typical timing hell pick.
Yeah, I would say, I guess physically, maybe, I wouldn't say this is the easiest physically, maybe the second easiest. But I would say, despite this still being like the second easiest physically, the patterns are still really difficult to hit.
Yeah, the patterns are very hard to act. Like, I don't know why, but with or without Percy, the map still feels very unintuitive to act. Like, I don't know where I'm dropping along 200.
Yeah, I mean, I would also say, like, despite the score you see on the replay, I would say it's not as hard. I did this, like, in the morning, so the score's a lot lower compared to, like, all of these other picks. But I would say this is not as bad as it might seem. I would say, especially if, like, you're, like, more, like, of an Ellen player, this is probably one of those picks that you can kind of just pick up and go with.
Yeah, it's a pretty typical timing hell pick. I think, as the coordination release map, it's not as good, but these picks are definitely great for a mixed, an all-rounded mixed endurance map. It's long and it has very varied patterns, which I appreciate in the Mappool.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You do get like a little break here as well. So I guess like if the physicality is I guess a bit of a factor, you do get that room to kind of rest, but not really. I mean, it's an Olympic. Usually, even in these slow parts, you still have a lot going on.
even in the great parts, you can still choke a miss because these shields are tight. You may accidentally, like, you didn't release enough and it still counts as a hold and you would miss twice.
Hmm. That part's also really equal, but it's not as bad as it looks.
It just looks kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, given that it's like a coordination pick, it's also going to be testing just your reading ability with elements in general.
Yeah. I guess Percy helps with it, but at the cost of a lot of accuracy because these short elements are really visible on a Percy skin.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you do have those trade-offs. This is definitely going to be like one of those picks where like you do have to really decide, is the trade-off really worth it?
Yep, that's it for our Rice one. This
Ellen one.
this yeah, despite the upgrade and the need to have a fast song, we still managed to keep the length pretty long, 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
Hmm. But we can move on to our next pick, which is also pretty long.
You cannot escape Katagiri.
Again,
Coincidentally, Katagiri appears twice in both the second picks of both categories.
yeah. This pick is screwed up. It is so screwed up. Generally, I don't even know how I got this score for this, but it is so much harder than it looks.
I hope you're
You're-
conditioned to these dense patterns from finals density because this map will step up on that aspect by a notch. And add that with endurance because of the long length at 3 minutes and 21 seconds, and this map is sure one hell of a gauntlet.
Yeah, you don't even get that many breaks, and the breaks are so niche. You're playing basically 247 BPM LN density for basically 3 minutes straight.
Knowing UEs, the patterns are also pretty coordination demanding as well, forcing you to do various hold permutations that are not very natural.
Yeah, like in the earlier sections, you had like one note in the left or right column, and then you had the LN density on the other 3 columns. And even like within this, there's like some trills within this. I mean, I don't think most people, when they go into LN density, they're not really taking trills. But the trills in this, they make themselves very apparent, and they make themselves clear.
Right. I think last round, despite being dense, felt a bit like glorified streams. This one resolves that very satisfactorily by making the LNs very long, and this holding strain is extreme.
Yeah, this pick is just plain out evil. It's definitely no. I was gonna say it's gonna be like the hardest LN pick, but we haven't even gotten there yet. This is probably one of the harder ones. Though. This is definitely one of the harder ones, but it's just crazy how long this goes on for, and like, what is this, like 7,000 combo at the end, or like 8,000?
8,000 would be diabolical. I think this is 7,000 at most.
Yeah, it's one of those two, but like that really goes to show like how much you're having to play. Even despite this being like 3 minutes, you still have to play like a lot of these elements, and like even though like elements like they're counted as like 2 notes, that's still a lot. That's like more than like 1,000 notes per minute, which already can get really dense, and this thing is no exception.
Yeah, we reached the 7,000 combo milestone. Congratulations, Suffer.
Yeah, this is really like what you typically see like within like a tiebreaker, but you're seeing this in Ellen too.
Well, if this is the physical focused pick, I wonder how the technical release-based pick will be like.
Yeah, but we can move on to, I believe, like our more speedier pick.
Yeah, this map is going to be our LN3 wildcard. This is
I would. Oh, go on.
yeah, this is basically LN speed. I think we've seen some of this in MWC, like Mint Mugen Hoyo from 2023, or Fatal Entanglement. This one, though, it's much trickier. Like, the patternings are less autopilotable. They're very accuracy challenging, and we have only 7.8 as well. Oh, you will drop a lot of 200s in this map.
Yeah, I would say maybe this pick might not be like. I think on paper, like when you play this, it might seem like a pick where like you can easily FC this, you know? Probably like not the most physical, but it's not like the easiest pick. It's just one of those picks that feels so FCable. But then when you go try to play it, there's always one thing that messes you up. It's never the same spot either. Like it just keeps messing you up in every single direction.
Yeah, the map patterning are very varied. Not a lot of copy pasting. You get a different kind of spicy. Oh, the Mint LN section. A funny
This
fact
is
that
also so easy to show.
originally, normally that Mint stream section was like a whole ass LN jump tree, but I had to edit it out because a jump tree would be way too intrusive. It's just funny, but it's unfunny as hell for the players. Besides, this version is already evil enough for you guys. Maybe.
Hopefully. I mean, it's at 1.05 times already.
This ending is mind-blockable, and I cannot hit the ending. Like, I always drop like 10 200s.
Yeah, but that concludes our wild card, Ellen, and we can move on to our technical one.
The so-called actual release LN. Because, man, I think coordination release picks are just being a consistency mixed pick at this point. So
Yeah.
this will act as a true release and coordination map.
Yeah, I would say even like a pick like this, it might not look like it, and it might not play like it, but it definitely feels speedy at times.
Originally, this map was made for VNMC 2023 Grand Finals, but it was at like 0.925 rate. But we are using it here now at 1.0. Please be mindful that this difficulty is harder than LN3. Just by a little bit, but definitely harder.
Yeah, I would say this also has kind of like the same mindset with LN3, where you look at it and you're like, okay, this is FCable. But then you try to play, and there's always like something that also kind of just like ruins your run somehow.
Yeah, this map just feels very like unintuitive to act. It serves its purpose very well as an LN tech pick.
Yeah, you have to be really fast with some of these releases as well. Not only that, but like you'll really get so many gems as well. So I guess kind of adding, I guess in a way, your typical what most people might consider tech. But
Yeah.
this just throws everything at you. Oh, and this section's a little bit evil too. It could be so easy to mess up.
It's kind of mind-blockable. Not as mind-blocky as the Crystalline LN coordination map from MWC 23 semifinals, but still.
Yeah, I would say like, I guess for like a fast pick, it's still like really releasing. And I feel like that's not something you really see when you kind of play like a lot of these fast picks, just because like you're doing so much at once. So everything feels so like intuitive. Like even like coordination picks when they get fast, sometimes they don't even feel like coordination. It just feels like you're just playing and like you kind of let go when you need to. But this, it definitely challenges you to release on time.
Yeah, this map does not allow a lot of mistakes. See, there's already a miss. You cannot escape missing in this map. It's just very hard to execute a perfect run. With that in mind, maybe sacrificing your accuracy for an FC run might be worth it, but you have to be mindful of trade-off because one miss is, I believe, equivalent to 7 200s. So yeah, just I think this map is kind of tactical as well, like know how to trade off your accuracy for a miscount.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we can move on to our LN5 pick. I'm excited for this pick. It's so fun.
Well, Rice 7 was almost 5 minutes. This one is over 5 minutes.
It's so evil too.
Once again, a record-breaking map in terms of difficulty, this time on the LN department.
I would also say, just to be, I guess, slightly worried of my score, we did have to edit this like last minute. But I guess if you want like kind of a true score, I would say probably like around 98.7-ish is where I would probably fall off on this. So it's not as hard as it might suggest if you're kind of like looking at the replays and learning. But this is still just really difficult.
Yeah, it's building up slowly now. We're coming to this first mixed section. This turning is not. I would say it's pretty similar to Timing Hell, but not really because it feels speedier than
It's so
actual
fast.
Timing Hell. Yeah,
I feel like when you play like these type of patterns, you kind of have to just turn off your brain and not think about it too much. Because like,
Yeah.
there's so much going on. Like, I feel like if you try to dissect what's really happening like fully and like hit everything accurately, you're just gonna end up making yourself miss so much.
yeah, you get overwhelmed. Anyways, next to this kind of tech race-based section, but also a lot of shields.
Yeah, this is really difficult. I'd be surprised if we even see a 99 on this. Like, if you get a 99 on this, I genuinely don't even know what to tell you.
This is like one round above MWC Grand Finals. That is the intention of the boss picks. So if someone 99s this, you will probably get into the MWC roster immediately.
Yeah, and then you get this section, which I would call like kind of like a density section, but like not really.
It's kind of like an inverse part. Density is more of like holding strain, but this one, the inverses make it feel more coordination based than actually being tired of holding.
Yeah, it's so hard like trying to like describe this, even like despite playing this so many times, because as difficult as this is, it's still so fun to play.
It's a crazy map. Oh, this one is especially fun if you can manage it.
Yeah, honestly,
No,
if you're able to manage like playing this, I would definitely recommend this. It's just such a fun game, and like despite how tricky it is, and despite like basically it throws almost everything at you, it's still like weirdly fun to play.
Okay, we have a break. At least it's not as continuous as Rice 7, where it's just literally relentless.
Yeah, you do get a little bit of more like in between, but like it's just so hard trying to play these, and like having to play these in a row also adds so much difficulty to all of it.
So-called LN density. This is even denser than LN2. It's literally like the densest form of hand strings And it's not just straightforward 1-4 hand streams. There's also 1-6 mixed in, and you just saw like 1-8 gap, Ellen gap. Those are like diabolical.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, this song has so many different BPMs. So it's not like, okay, you can kind of get used to a lot of different timings. It's one BPM. No, this literally has so many different BPMs that you're not just able to get used to just like all these different releases. You like have to focus on it. But at the same time, you can't focus too much on that.
This part is a bit of a throwback from the first part section, but it's a bit different as well. It's a bit more speedy, like comparing a mixed map versus a dump map, I would say.
Yeah, I honestly think that's like the best way to kind of put this. I mean, if you thought like last week where we had like over the full ring shift, if you thought that was difficult, this just brings it up to such a different level. It's insane.
In another universe, you will enjoy this map because you get free PP, but here you will suffer because this map is literally anti-player, player unfriendly. I don't know what word to use anymore. It's just it's a boss pick.
Yeah, it's impossible to like describe these like really difficult picks at this point, just because there's so much going on.
We're done with the raw rice and raw LN. Let's mix them together and see what abomination we have stored. Firstly, we have the consistency-based Liviera Nabi from OK Then. This is going to be this is a very underrated map, and I'm glad we have this for our tournament because this is such a good textbook consistency raw skill streamy hybrid. It's very hard. It's even denser than the MWC hybrids. Like the stream patterns are continuous. There's like light element density, and there's just a lot going on. 274 BPM, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like this is basically on par almost with like your junction cancer picks, and this like basically tries to like basically touch those like densities. So you have just that added like difficulty, and alongside just adding like elements as well.
Yeah. These 1-6 streams are also very unfriendly. They're both physical and kind of designed to kill your accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, even despite, I guess you could say you have like, I guess, quote unquote free accuracy parts with like the rice section only, they're still gonna be really tricky because it's not straightforward either. Like you see these drills like basically everywhere throughout the file.
This last part is so raw skill heavy, like it's continuous and very anchory jump stream topping and being topped off with a very long 1-6 stream part. Like there's no just chain mist there. It's just very heavy.
Yeah. We can move on to our second hybrid.
Well, kind of surprising that I'm using a Shy Chew map here, but hey, this map is so good.
It's so good. Like I played this recently, like testing to see like if 1.05 times would work, because like with a lot of these picks, we've been finding stuff, but then we figured out that we have to upgrade it. This one, I played it upgraded, and I was in for a treat, so we decided to go back to base mode.
It's way too hard on 1.05 apparently. Even if this is just 175 BPM, it's so that you can see that this is much less manipulable than, say, Voxel Adventure from last year. it's very wrist-jacky, and the Dan Ellen Jack Harness out of field coordination training as well.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, what else can you really say that has been said about like all these other maps? Like, they're just difficult. It's so hard to execute all of them perfectly, and like, especially with this one. I mean, most people, I would say, early on within like the tournament, most people would argue that Jack Hybrids are probably one of the easier things. But like once we get into like these territories, Jack Hybrids starts to become one of like the harder things.
They're very physical, and with this density, it's also coordination heavy as well.
Yeah, and then you get like this section right here, which I guess slightly breaks off. It just adds like another layer of difficulty onto what it. So like, I guess like once like you play this and like you might be thinking that you're more used to like these Jack times, and you can probably handle like this last like 20%, and you just get thrown into like new territory.
Yeah. And be prepared for this ending. Okay, here it comes. This one's so, like, mind-blockable.
It's evil.
There's, like, so many to tell about this Mappool, and it's not even, like, the final pick yet. We still have
Oh, yeah.
Hybrid 3 to come.
I'm excited for Hybrid 3. This one's so funny.
Yeah, let's get the spread. Whoops.
So you might know this from International Rhythm League Grand Finals, which is base rate. But we bumped it up to 1.1 times. And this pick, some people might be familiar with how evil it is, just how difficult, how technical it is, and like all these patterns that are so unorthodox. And we just bumped that up.
I think Imperial's mapping overall is very inspired by evil, unorthodox, and relentless technicality. Kind of like Mike League. In fact, Mike League is one of Imperial's main inspirations, and it translates to a very aggressive and like unfriendly kind of tech mapping.
Yeah, this pick's already so difficult on its own, and like, I had to look at myself and wonder, like, are we really using this on 1.1 times? Because it's so easy to miss on this, like, by itself. Like, just on base rate alone, we have, like, some patterns, like, the elements in the inner column and still some outer ones. And then you have, like, the patterns that are, like, slightly involved, where, like, you're holding, like, one LN, and then you have, like, burst of, like, a mini jet and, like, two LNs.
Evil inner column true. And it also descends speed as well, so that's just a lot of 200s being dropped.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if this is picked, because I guess this might be one of like those infamous picks that like people think of when they think of the word technical hybrid.
Yeah, the song definitely supports it while being with drums and macro song for the Archaea April Fools. That year was a very unorthodox, and it just makes people spam question marks a lot in the chat because of just how out of the world it is, and this map definitely replicates that feeling well.
Yeah, this pick just so difficult. Hey, I mean, I guess if you guys can handle all the other picks, then surely this shouldn't be as bad.
Yep, and yeah, I guess that shall be it for our 4K map pool. This map pool, as I told you, has so many bangers, literally no imperfections in my opinion.
Yeah, this pool is honestly so enjoyable. Like, I don't even think there's a pick that I dislike, because all of it's so fun. It's all so unique. And I mean, hey, it's grand finals. I mean, you have to have a little bit of fun, like grand finals.
Yup. Kinda like makes fighting for the podium spot easier on the mental side.
Mhm.
But that aside, do not forget to practice the maps. The difficulty, I don't think we need to elaborate further.
Yeah.
Yep, enjoy the 4K map pool. And for the 7K peeps who've been waiting for so long for the showcase, here you go. We will be leaving the spotlight for the 7K map pool commentators.
Hello, hello. I believe it is
Hello.
time for the
Hello,
the
hello.
cloud. It is time for Wonderland's ex-Filipino time.
Kaya nga. Also, before that, I think one of our co-hosts, Salawas Kels, actually has a special message first before we proceed with the 7K pool.
All right, take it away.
Hello, everyone. So, this is Silos Kaels, also known as Lively Peninsula here. I'm very sorry that I couldn't make it to the grand final showcase a while ago. Unfortunately, I have so many things on my plate right now, and I really need to focus on my duties. 6 hours from now, I am going to be having one of the biggest presentations of my life. Basically, my capstone defense. And I'm just really glad to have so many people who are wonderful and have been able to hold the fort to ensure that this tournament keeps on running. For all the players and the audience who are here for the 4K side of things, I just want to personally thank the map poolers, Lot and Snow, the charters Cub, Livium, Danny PX, Epic Man 2, and the playtesters Volpsy, Mouse Chow, and Valeria. Throughout my stay in the Philippines Nationals Mania 4K scene from 2021 up to now, I cannot really put into words how thankful I am for the map pooling side of things. I know to myself that I am not the most competent map pooler, but with these people, especially Lot and Snow, and everyone else, they really helped run this tournament from the ground up. These people are the reason why the 4K Nationals are even possible in the first place, and with their help, are able to train the Philippine players to reach their fullest potential. And to people like Surf Chu, Yukina Meng, and all the other co-hosts and staff who's worked on this tournament, you guys have also been wonderful and have been instrumental in keeping this tournament running as well. I really do wish to see all the best players, to have the best runs that they can have. Because I just know that these people have worked so hard to make the pools work. Good luck to all of the players. Remember that no matter who your opponent is, as long as you believe in yourself and look into the matches with a rational mind, anything can happen. I know emotions can run very high in a match, but in this tournament, we can't cry over spilled milk at this point. Sometimes, underperformances happen, but it is a part of being human. May the best one win. I can't wait to see Grand Finals weekend.
Okay, let's go, everybody. Let's go. Offense.
Let's go.
Offense. Offend that capstone. Offend that capstone.
I'll try,
Offense.
okay?
Also, ano nilang din, like, for those who are paying attention to Twitch chat, we've been hosting a pub quiz. Like, while the 4K Mappool showcase is going, the last question was, The Simpsons created a trailer advertisement for which movie audio service company? The answer to that was THX. You should actually watch it. You should actually watch that one. It's actually really funny. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that during the 7K Mappool showcase, we will have someone who will also continue the pub quiz while this Mappool showcase is ongoing.
Someone please do.
Someone
Very
please
funny.
do. Yeah. Okay, so now it's time for us to start the first of the 14 custom charts that we have in store for you, including the tiebreaker actually. Yes, there are 14 custom charts in the 7K pool kung hindi ako nabali ng bilang.
Yep,
And let's start with Rise number 1. And we have TY1. This is our primary speed pick.
TY1.
So this is our primary speed pick, Mr. Sauceman, the Death Eye Disservioli. Okay. So speed pick, like okay. Just as a prelude, really, the grand finals Mappool is put is set at a difficulty like which is just a tad bit under MWC grand finals for some of the picks. And honestly speaking, I'm actually not sure like how the rest of the charters actually tackle this Mappool. Personally, it was mostly Oji-san who did a lot of the difficulty checks in this Mappool.
Wait.
Thank you so much.
Wait, I apologize for.
yeah, yeah.
I just realized something.
Ano yan?
Why are like I just noticed something in 4K and 7K? Why in the world do we have songs that are related to death?
Oh yeah, there's Rice
Oh
7
my
and Rice
God.
1.
In 4K,
Lol.
Oo nga, no?
in 4K there's Mr. Yeah,
Mr.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yun na lang,
and
Mr.
then this
Unalive.
one, and then there's this. I'm like, why, guys?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Ano yan eh? Ano yan eh? Parang I think the message is like it's grand finals. Everyone's gonna play to their deaths at this point just to win that one match. I think that's a message that the charters are
The
giving
message
us.
is, yes, we're finally done, lol.
Yeah. Anyways, we're 18 charts away. I mean, technically 19 since we have to show the 4K tiebreaker as well. Until we could actually finally say Oats Curry to the other people in the Mappool team. But anyways, about this pick, well, you saw like there's like a lot of dense. Like it's a really dense speed chart, really. Like there's a lot of really fast stairs, and not to mention like. There are places where the flow of the stairs is pretty unintuitive. Lots of control really needed if you want to maintain your momentum in this pick for this chart in particular.
A lot's going into this one, so obviously
Yeah.
grand final. So
Also, like I like how nobody has pointed it out like throughout the entire time like the showcase has been
Yeah.
going. The colors of the notes in
yeah,
this
no one has
is
no
different.
One has, pointed it
Yeah.
out yet. Also,
Why is it different?
yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
hello, Triangle Bear.
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry.
Bear.
Hello.
Rui with a pew pew.
Yuri with the semi.
Rui with a
Shooty
yeah.
shooty bang bang or something.
Shooty shooty
Bang,
bang.
bang.
Wait, what is it? What is it? Sound Voltex bang bang shoot. Okay. Let's move on to our dense chord stream pick, the second custom chart that we have, and we have, as always, OJ1.
OG1, so I'm so
So all
sabog na ako, sir. Sorry.
okay. So how many pools have we done? Okay, qualifiers, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, grand finals. 6 dense chord stream charts. 5 of them are all from Oji-san.
Yep.
Like, is it really? Is it really
A surprise
you
at
know?
this point,
Is it
no.
really a surprise at this point?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of the players would really like the song choice. I'm pretty
I
sure.
feel like chat is already reacting na madilim na hulog. Paulit-ulit si Kura dito. Madilim na
Oh
hulog.
my god.
So,
Ano-
Mother
ano-
Earth all over again.
Ano ba meron sa kantang to? Pwede matanong.
Yeah, we'd like context, please. Kura, pasabi na lang po. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is about O2 Jam because like a lot of the players remaining are O2 Jammers as well.
Yeah, literally everyone rating is a OT jammer. So
Okay, we got word. Level 173 sa O2 Jam.
173? What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't
We
think
just
people
got
have even
word.
cleared a 172 yet. What?
I'm pretty sure there was a video of someone clearing a level 200 Freedom Dive chart. I saw on YT some years ago.
God dang, alright. Anyway, let's talk about this chart. 200.
Oh my gosh,
BPM.
this section.
Yeah, have
Oh,
fun with
yeah.
the bracket. Uy, ano yun?
Ano yun? Yeah. Cora went ham with this chart. This is a culmination of all of the bracket charts that Cora has made throughout this entire tournament, and like he went into this pool wanting to inflict pain to the players at this point.
Oh, apparently on Auto Jump, this is an 8-bit hell. At this BPM? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, it's effectively a bracket chart at that point. it sounds painful. Also, by the way, that chord trill right there, those triples, dapat sana double thumb yun. But
Yeah.
someone in the playtesting team said, yeah, that's too much or something too straightforward. But yeah,
We
but that
want
was
double
supposedly a double thumb pattern there. Oh my gosh, those
Alright,
denim patterns. Oh my
Also,
gosh.
one long note, lol.
Yeah. Who put noodles in my rice? Okay.
Noodle, singular noodle, sir. You
No,
put a
not even
one
noodles.
long-
It's just noodle.
You put a one long spaghetti. That's it. That's it. One
Imagine
uncooked
never played.
spaghetti. That's all you got there.
Okay, now let's move on to our faster chord stream pick, and this time another custom chart, and this time this is from Bacon BC1.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Not everyone here
Uh-oh.
is a Star Rail player, but that character in the
Yeah.
background, that little cute, chubby unicorn thing, that guy's name is Little Ika. That's the summon of a character named Hyacinth, one of the latest 5 stars that we had. But everyone, actually, if you look at the diff name, the BG made this 10 gigabytes. The joke
what?
here, it's a joke that basically it's saying that Little Ika, that chubby little unicorn thing, is very fat to the point that like it's extremely like big. So it's so fat it made the OSZ file size like way too big. Is what the joke is here. I guess.
Akala ko like when this guy got added to Star Rail or something, like the entire update download was 10 gigabytes or something.
Actually, that's normal now. I think 10 gigabytes is normal now for Star Rail.
What?
That's normal.
Yeah.
What? Oh my
Yeah.
I
god.
don't know what they put in it, pero I don't know.
They put the
Assets?
latest world. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay, actually no, you know what? Like like I said na I've said like I hope that someone is gonna continue the pub quiz while we're doing the Mappool showcase. Are we are we gonna have to do the pub quiz questions like from the commentary booth?
Nah, let's
Like-
not. Let's
No,
not.
that's not. Someone has to do it in Twitch chat. Someone has to do
Yeah,
it.
someone do
Maybe
it. But
by the end.
anyways, this
Maybe.
chart was originally 250, but I told Bacon that Serp said dapat mga 260 yung BPM ng price 3 pag Grand Finals.
Wow,
So,
ako nagsabi.
and that's what you said. We're looking at 260-ish.
Ayaw nga no. Ako nga nagsabi. That was some time ago. Like wow.
I always remember like the least useful information. That's all I have to tell. So I told Bacon,
Yeah.
operate natin to 260. There's also a 240 and 270 BPM on this file. So if you guys want to practice, slower BPM, edi yan.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good option. Anyways, ano naman, like the speed of the chart is compensated naman by, I guess, the mere fact that you're doing stairs more than doing uncomfortable brackets really for the most part. So, ayan lang. That's like the consolation here for this chart. But again, consolation, grand finals to. I don't think there's things that you could call consolation at this point.
Now, before we move
Okay. Rice
we,
4.
we have something prepared for Rice 4. Is all I'm
Rice
gonna say.
4 is the best song of this
If you
map
guys,
pool, I
if
tell
you guys
you.
thought that RO16's Pamela 1 was the best song we'll ever have on this tournament for 70,
Yes.
I believe
Yes.
you have been mistaken because Rice 4
Yes.
is drumroll please.
Willie Revillame, beep, 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 ang sabi ng jeep. Ang ating chord stream, ay, not chord stream, ang
Chord
ating
jump
chord jump pick.
We love
Oh my
Paalis
gosh.
na.
OJ2
Yes.
by the way.
OJ2. Alam mo kung sino nag-suggest na i-chart ni Kura?
Sino?
It is yours truly.
It was Mr.
Oh.
Surf 285.
I mean,
Yes,
makes sense,
this is indeed PHNM.
makes sense kasi
You can't. You
Filipino,
can't.
bro.
We're the Philippines. We have to have the Filipino
Yes.
song. We have 2 now actually. So
Oh my god. I can't
the
believe
original
that we
plan, by
actually
the way,
did it.
the original plan for this tournament was to have
Yeah.
a meme song in every round, not
Yeah,
just
every round sana yon. So, spoiler alert, just Mappool insights. Like, we should have had Pash Pash as a technical pick at some point.
Yep.
We should have had, ano pa ba yun? ano pa yung isang kanta niya? We should have had some VST and Company song somewhere as well. Like, it's actually wild. Also,
I can't believe
like,
we do this.
yeah, like, here's the thing, like, it's also a good chart. Like, it's a well-made chart. That's the thing.
I just can't with this, bro. Also, I just accidentally
Oh my
woke up my
gosh.
cat. Whoopsies. Let me just. You guys take over.
Okay, so I think we'll have to we'll have to go quiet for a bit as we are about to enter the best part of this of this song. Also, just to know, this is the cut version of a song. And omitted the second verse. Anyways, here we go.
Sabi na. I'm sorry.
Also, Cora, ano ginawa mo doon? Drinawingan.
Dinawigan yung
Dinawigan
porn
yung
chop.
Jack,
Ano
oh.
yun?
That was wild. Like literally put the densest chord track in, like the dubi dop part. Like, it just had to happen.
Yeah, we cut off like what 50 seconds of the entire song.
Yeah.
When you like a whole minute. It would be 4 minutes 10 otherwise. We are not having that as a core jock at this BPM, bro.
But imagine the content. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'll be
We'd get
mad if this.
sued,
I'll
bro.
be mad.
We'd get
I'll be mad if this gets banned. I'll be mad if this gets banned.
Autoban to sa lahat ng match lost, bro.
Ano yan? Pag ibaba niyo to sa match, isasend namin yung picture ng yung sa pera o kahon, yung yung nakalabas bokya, yung bokya na picture
Actually,
ni Willie.
we thought that Cerelia would be
Yeah.
streaming, co-streaming
Yeah.
this. Same with Arkwin, and we would have sent them.
Yeah.
Well, we sent Cerelia like the video of the
Na-
background,
Yeah.
and sadly
Yeah.
di ginamitan because he's not streaming. But you know,
Yeah.
they'll see it.
They'll see it. They'll live react for sure.
Someone is
But yeah.
protecting RC4 now.
Yeah, someone has to protect RC4.
Wait, Bacon, why are you suggesting them to protect Rice 4? I don't want to come over this.
Also, yes, yung background. Yung background talaga. Can you go back to song select for a sec just to show them the background of this song? Yup, there you go. Nabangga si Spider-Man. Okay, let's move on to our technical act pick.
I love that, bro.
It's fine. We have Turks 2. We have Terminal 11. You guys thought we were escaping Terminal 11 from 4K?
4K?
and
No,
17?
we also no, it has to. Terminal 11, it has to happen.
Both 4K 7K Terminal 11, bro. For Rise 5, we lost.
Alam mo, like, when I saw the Terminal 11 pick on the 4K showcase earlier, tawa ako ng tawa nun.
I was also laughing. Like, oh,
Like,
they're gonna
of
be
course,
slow.
of course. I mean, okay, for this pick, honestly speaking, this is one of those picks where I could actually say that, hey, why does it sound like the music was made after the chart was made?
I feel like that goes
Like,
for
yeah.
most Terminal 11 songs, though.
Yeah. Ano ba to? Like, I know that some of the Pinoy players coined the term saliva music for certain artists and certain
Yeah.
genres. So what do we call this? Kamot ulo music?
Yeah, we call this the brain scratcher.
Yeah.
But like, I think laway music or saliva music is probably the best.
Saliva music is funnier, yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, this pick, well, honestly speaking, I don't think this will be a pick that will be favored by a lot of the players, just
Oh,
because of how
100%.
abrasive it is. But this is also a pick that you do not really want to ban. Like, you want to keep this open as much as possible if you're a Rice main. Like, you really want to keep the more abrasive picks like under your sleeve, especially if you're very well rounded on Rice.
It is
You want to keep this
protector.
option open as much as possible.
Wait, who are the three players?
Yeah.
Who are the players left for 7K? It's Sunny, Bodge,
So we have
Bueno.
Sunny, Bodja, and Bueno. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Bueno's
our podium.
100% protecting Rice 4.
Oh, definitely. Oh my gosh. But like, the abrasiveness of this chart. Like, if people are thinking like you should ban the Jeep pick, this chart would say, think about your ban, your one ban. And what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
not the best idea.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
now custom number 6. We
have
have
TW1.
TW1, let's go. So we have Zudicode, Luca Project, Neptune 11, Revelation, and fun fact, this chart has been made like what, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So this is one of the earliest picks that were actually finished in this pool. Or actually in PHNM in general, really. And this chart is wild. Like ano yung sinabi ko dati? Buraot? Yung
Yeah,
wildcard
rice
wildcard
buraot.
picks. Rice buraot. Eto, kung sa tingin nyo buraot na yung rice 5, eto, tingnan nyo.
Binurawat pa yung buraot. Diba?
Oo.
Ayun na sir, Mappool selector moment. Oh god, the brackets!
Yeah. But like personally speaking, like this feels like the easier of the two tech picks that we have in this pool. Which is actually something that the Rice players would actually have to keep note of. Maybe even like if you're more of like just an overall physical player, like this is something that you want to keep under your sleeve.
And the break
Now,
section.
sa kung ano pa, so how to make auto game music. Ito na yung nostalgic piano break. 'Di ba?
Yeah, I guess. That
Magre-relapse
score is
muna
especially... That
Yeah,
score
right.
is especially low. I wonder why.
Yeah, like 1/4 of the chart remaining. It's still 600k. Well, here comes the pain.
Ring finger mini jack, sir.
Oh. Also, okay. What was that thrill? What was that thrill?
Nah,
Mirror
what
mode?
did they do
Mirror
here?
mode? Mirror mode?
I think this is a mirror-worthy chart, guys.
Magmi-mirror ka ba
left-handed
para lang
kayo,
doon?
But I don't think many people are left-handed. So, we lost.
Kaya nga eh. Yup. This chart is really hard, really.
Is there a mini jack in the left ring finger like right at the end?
Kaya nga eh.
Oh my
Also,
god.
like, also just like, I know that we're still in the middle of the Mappool showcase and all, but might as well announce this, or I guess more like ask this. If you guys are interested in doing a show match during the grand finals weekend,
yeah.
just give us a ping and we'll try to sort that one
Like
out.
eliminated players versus
Yeah.
staff maybe, ganon.
Yeah, eliminate the players with stuff. That would be amazing. Yeah.
So,
Ideally,
versus
this will
all?
happen.
No, I am not playing grand finals pool. What do you mean? Okay.
Ideally, like that it will happen like the day before the actual matches of grand finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mga Friday, ideally.
I mean, we could even do Saturday. I
Maybe
mean, that's
Saturday, like early in the morning, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Or like
well,
early
we'll
afternoon.
see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see how things will sort out. I mean, we haven't even done the match schedules just yet due to a lot of things really happening. Anyways, last rice pick of PH. I mean, okay, technically
Last
not the
normal
last.
rice pick.
Last normal rice pick. Yeah, there you go.
We have OJ3, and also this is another freaking custom. We have 7 customs in a row, by the way.
Oh my god, like just imagine like staff versus players and then staff team. You have Cora, Trix, YZ.
Kudos
On the same team.
YZ is
Oh my
crazy.
god, I just realized. Oh my god, that's gonna be wild. Anyways, let's continue with this pick. This is our rice consistency pick. And by being a Rice consistency pick, like this is gonna be relatively easier than the other picks, but it is also the longest of our Rice picks. So stamina is gonna be a factor here, but I feel like this is a relief that a lot of the players would actually welcome at this point. Like especially with how difficult the rest of the
Yeah.
pool actually is.
This pick is actually pretty forgiving in my opinion. Quite fast, though. 2 spin.
Yeah. Like like also like I'll tell you this. Oji-san's song selections in this tournament have been really good.
I agree. Like, I feel like most of the music choices have been all good. But then there's just some that are like,
Okay, so we
Pamela.
we and to be fair, we actually met all of the quotas except one.
yeah.
Unfortunately, we cannot do. Unfortunately, ano ba yung like sige, like let's just spoil.
No
An-
Paul Kappa custom, Sag, yung isa.
I mean for obvious reasons,
For
no
obvious
Paul Kappa
reasons, no Paul
custom.
Kappa. The other one, we'll explain
Was-
it as when we get to the end, I think, kasi
Yeah,
parang spoiler yun eh.
spoiler. Oo. I mean, we were considering picking one, pero nothing would fit our criteria.
Hirap kasi.
Oo.
But anyway, one small break section for you guys. Kahit di naman kailangan. Big boys naman po kayo.
Big boys. naging mantra na natin to, like especially in the later rounds. So, mga big boys na to. Malalaki na to sila. And here we go. Like this. Okay.
What is
Forget what I said. Forget what I said.
This is just ultra rhythm on steroids. What the heck?
Alam mo,
Uy,
alam mo
ano yun?
ano yun? Alam mo, sasabihin ko sana, this is, again remember, this is designed to be the easiest rice pick of this entire pool.
And yet I have 150
Pero ano yun?
75
Ano yun?
BPM jacks with
Ano po yun? Kura? Pwede po pakisagot, ano po yun?
Parang, as Mr. VTuber would put it, parang ginasgas yung CD.
Oh my god. Why is that term so specific?
I don't know, as Mr. VTuber, bro.
Ginasgas yung CD. Oh my gosh.
Yan sabi ni Mr. VTuber, sir eh. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Uy, double tap!
Oh. Uy, wala tayo taka sa double tab Hindi, alam mo, nilagyan na natin yung double tab yung yung Euro Cloud9. Puro may double tab na lahat ng pools, no?
Yeah.
Galing.
Sa, what was it? Sa quarterfinals, Neuro Cloud9, semifinals, tiebreaker, finals, tiebreaker, EX1, and then ito, kahit ilang picks na to, meron eh.
Yeah, eh. Okay, so that ends the last normal rice pick. There's still one more rice pick, pero sa EX na yun. Now, let's move on to our final LN release pick of this tournament. And the first of the non-customs that we have Maximum the Hormone, Hawatari Nyoku Senti?
Senti,
Or is it the Sent? Yeah. And shoutouts to YZ for being such a clutch person and finding this chart for us. Like
YZ
we had a lot of difficulty finding a decent LN release pick and no one could chart for some reason. Like, this was a godsend. But wow, this chart is hard.
Yeah. I'm glad it's OD5.
Yeah. Okay, ano nga yung LN1 lead natin nung round of 16? That was like a 2-star chart or a 3-star chart.
I'll check.
Oo.
RL16 LN1.
Yeah, that was like title music from Bloons.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that was
it
Bloons.
3.45 stars.
Yeah, and then we ended with this. Like, just wild releases, really.
Good song choice though.
Yeah.
Banging.
Like all of our L&1s have been really good songs actually.
Yeah, I personally
They
like love
oh.
it. I personally love it the most.
You know, like like, I tell you, like I feel like in terms of song choices, PHN's 2025 is like our most solid in terms of song choices.
I'd say so, yeah. A lot of variety went in for both 4K and 7K. Like, but also you
Yeah.
can see like the differences, right?
Yeah.
Like 4K tends to pick the faster songs with like Katagiri, Froms, Camellia, and like we get
Oh.
like Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, like of course the 7K pool has to be the weeb pool. Like of course, like it just had to be.
All
It's
the
just meant to be.
Oji-sans are here, bro.
And then the 1K pop pick because we had to appease someone
Yeah, who's currently in chat right now. Hello, Sunny.
and is the defending champion.
Yes, sir.
I mean, is there a K-pop pick?
Not. I'm not
We
sure.
had one in finals.
We had one in finals, but what about this pool? I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, now let's move on to the second.
Oh, wait, before.
Okay, teka lang, yung replayer name, ano ba to?
Thank
Manny
you, YZ,
Pacquiao
for that replayer name, by the
spinning
way.
heel kick.
YZ,
Oh
my
my
goat.
gosh.
Buff guy YZ. Thank you, buff guy YZ.
Yeah, nga eh. Okay, so let's move on to our second non-custom pick. This is our Ellen coordination pick. We have Hotly Donut Hole. And yes, yung replayer name pa lang, patay, but may MC-NC sa PHNM.
I don't care. We got Gumi. Let's go.
Yep.
The
Well,
Gumi song, you know,
yeah,
it's Hachi's
of
cover.
course.
I still don't. It's close enough. I'll take it. Oh wait, no, it isn't the
So-
Hachi cover. It's Gumi.
yeah,
Yo.
it's Yumi, yeah. Well, this chart is what I'd say. Like you just need an immense amount of finger control at this point. Like there's like a lot of shields, a lot of overlapping LNs. And, like ano siguro, like I think a fair comparison is like if we started with Starheart with qualifiers, this is the culmination of that. Like that kind of chart. Like it goes to this one. It's actually really funny.
I don't know, man. It's been a wild. I don't know. 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, we've started pooling since what?
Months.
February?
Prior. Yeah, months. Prior.
March? Yeah. And then ako, the chains are gonna be unshackled kasi maglalaro ako next year. Problema niyo muna to. Problema niyo muna to.
Someone donate supporter. Please, Kura will be
Oo.
charting 25 songs. I need slots.
Teka ka lang, 25 na ba? Not sure.
Not this point. Like, parang progression eh. Parang mga 15 na yung mga na upload ni Kura ngayon or like mga song maps ni Kura ngayon, no?
Ano,
Yung 2025 na next year.
Alam ba, okay like, I'm not, okay, I was supposed to talk about this later pa. Pero sabihin ko lang agad. So, in our Mappool sheet, we have this sheet called Custom Chart Monitoring. So, it's basically a database of all the custom charts that we have. I allocated like what?
You had 65 slots.
65 slots. Kinulang yun.
Kinulang yung mga slots. Even
Because
though,
I did not expect to get that volume for PHNats at all.
Yeah, but I think you underestimated Mr. Oji-san, sir.
Ano pa, nung Sunday nakita kami ni Kura. Because like I was at Jansan Sunday. Like Saturday, Sunday, like over the weekend. That's why I was gone from the action of the finals weekend. Nakita kami ni Kura. Akala ko maglalaro siya. May kasi uuwi din ako after nun. Nagkita lang siya, nag-selfie lang sa akin, umuwi agad. Alam mo ano rason? May mga maps pa na tatapusin.
Pero,
Yup.
pero super delayed pa rin tayo.
Hindi naman dahilan yung bakit ano ha?
Still,
Like
but
we had most of our deliverables done.
yeah, the issue was just, you know, you'll see it then. But anyway, like, I feel like even though we didn't really enjoy this chart, it just flows pretty well for something this hard that kaya na nila.
I mean, okay, like you'd be mad. It'd be pretty mad. You'd be pretty mad if you banned this. Actually, like I feel like there's a lot more ban-worthy charts in this pool. Really, like a lot of the stuff here, din naman, especially dun sa ano. Like even the Alan release like, feels like something that you'd end up playing anyways, regardless of whatever you pick. Really, like the pools are that hard enough that some of the charts would actually overlap in no, in focus na. And speaking of overlapping in focus, let's move on to our LN density pick, the first custom LN chart of this pool. We have TY3. So we have Envy, Observation. This is our LN density pick, and how do you explain this chart?
Turks.
Yeah, it's Turks.
I think that's good enough as a description as any.
Noodles.
Indeed. Also, tignan niyo yung rice count Like, there's a decent amount of rice in this chart. So I think it's really, I think you can expect what this chart has. Ang dami, alam mo, ang dami nagsabi, ba't daw parang wala masyadong shields sa PHN's pool this year? Oh, ayan.
There you go.
Yan.
Finals and Grand Finals had like every freaking shield you could ever ask for.
Exactly.
Ang sarap
Ayan na.
size.
Like it just had to happen at some point.
Also, what BPM does 200? 2 BPM off of Rice 2. Have fun, guys. Ano star rating nito? 9.
Okay. Okay, so we're just halfway through. Like that was like a lot of pain already. And then this section, like I won't be surprised if somebody misses there at some point. Somebody misses there.
Mirror will not save you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, 8-bit na may
8-bit!
8-bit na may
Parang Chase
shield.
Attack Nons, but
Yeah.
still horrible.
Yeah, nga eh. Ooh, the transition. Ang sarap.
What is
Sarap sa tenga.
Ang hard base na
God. Yeah, this chart is wild. This chart is wild.
I'm just seeing long notes for long notes.
I mean, okay like ano at some point, like especially when you're at this level, like all of the notes are just gonna become a freaking blur. I almost swore.
You almost
Not again.
You almost.
I almost
Blur, guys.
Language, sir. Language.
Okay lang, alas 2 na po ng madaling araw. Medyo nawawala na po yung preno
The
natin.
Legion hours are showing.
Oo. Muntik na po. Muntik tayo mapamura. Teka lang po.
It's fine. It's like 2:10 in the morning. Everything's
Yeah.
Yeah, to the foreigner.
Oh, yeah.
10 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Okay, so
We were meant to showcase this 9 p.m. the previous day. Lol.
but again, like first thing, like we did announce it naman na si streamer San had some issues going home tonight. And
Yeah.
a lot of things had to be worked by him pa rin. So that's why we had like a pretty decently long delay. Anyways,
And
I feel like the next pick, a lot of the
Oh, yeah.
people are gonna be bad.
Yup,
I
sorry guys.
feel like-
In advance na po.
Yo, sorry in advance po, especially sa mga auto jammer dyan. Here comes our LN inverse pick for the grand finals.
We have OJ4. Ah!
Ah!
banger.
You know it's
Alam mo,
bad when the replay file has an 85% rate. Beginning.
Kaya nga, ang ganda ng simula ng replay. Nagyato. Like, why?
Bombard.
Oh my gosh! What is this replay? This is... Teka lang po.
Did Korra play with offset? I'm honestly.
Oo nga,
I
no?
don't know.
May offset ba to? Also, teka lang, yung replayer name, level 96 mission.
Did you know they were
Ano ba
spamming
to?
that in Barry's chat earlier?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, they.
Oh my gosh.
Bonus mission to get a B rank on this chart. That's what I think.
Teka lang, just for context, ano ba yung level 96 mission sa O2? Kung pwede mo explain sa Twitch.
Not auto jammer here, please.
Like I haven't played. I did not get to that level in Auto Jam. Okay, like when I played. All Goods FC. Okay. I think.
All good.
Okay, no wonder.
No wonder he's like this.
No wonder he's doing it this way. Ano? Isa na masasabi ko dyan. Commended. Oh my god, this is the entire inverted chord stream at this point.
Yeah, I think it's just have fun, I guess.
Sight read? I'm joking.
Okay, if you're gonna sight read this in the tournament, please have some respect for yourself. Please do not sight read this. Sight read the
Yes,
pools.
Please don't do the
Please
the
don't.
challenge.
Like, like have some respect for yourselves and your ability, man. Like we're not begging you to, we're not begging you to perform at your very best. Like we actually really just want to see your very best.
Correct. Please. Ang dami kong nakikita na nagsa-sight read ng finals kaya please.
Please lang, 4K and 7K players.
4K and 7K, please do your best. Like it's Grand Finals weekend. This is your time to shine.
Ay, sayang.
Sayang yung FC.
Wala na all good FCs on
Wala na. Also, ang haba ng pick na to. Like, this is actually one of our longer picks. Like, for the record, the Ellen Inverse pick is usually one of the shorter picks for a good reason. Kasi we know that it's gonna be bad, so we try to make it a bit more bearable. Like,
Yeah.
while, especially kung super mistake prone ka, it will be a very dangerous pick, pero it's kind of, again, just more of a compensation ring. But then, Korra did not hold back on this. Level
Anyway,
96 bitch.
Nice minus to 1 negative ratio, bro.
Yeah, nga eh.
Okay, before we move on to the next pick, Surf,
Yes.
what's my favorite Project Sekai character? I feel like it's a very obvious answer.
Okay, so again, in the commentary booth right now is Wonderlands X Filipino time. So I have I have my two favorite Proseka characters and my OTP ship. Emu drop kicking Tsukasa. And then you have Triangle Bear, one of our resident referees, being Rui with a shooty bang bang. And then we have Neen.
I am
And
Neen.
then our LN5 features Neen.
Yes, we have. I'm a bit hungry, so let's have some Nissin Cup Noodles commission song.
Why?
Hold up, let me read it.
Why?
Naneko Sanagi, Nanarobo, X Mikudayo, and Kagaminalen, and Kaito. Tokugawa Cup Noodle Kinshirei.
Or the Tokugawa Cup Noodle Prohibition. So what is a prohibition? It's basically like a certain commodity is banned from being
Yep.
sold. Yeah.
And basically, the song is about Mikudayo and Nanarobo trying to
Beg
make,
Emperor Kaito to
Emperor
lift the
Kaito
prohibition.
to lift
Lift the
ban
prohibition,
by force
yeah.
feeding him cup noodles.
Kaya nga eh. And of course, it had to be an Ellen consistency pick as well. Like a mixed Ellen consistency. Because of course, it's cup noodles. Like it has to fitting. Alam mo, we had the joke. Since we were talking about having Prosika songs or Prosika covers in the pool, one of the jokes was LN4, LN Inverse. Yung Leonid,
Leonid's
the wall.
Catherine
Tapos
Cobb,
it's
the
just
wall.
LN wall.
LN wall for the wall.
LN wall lang.
And then I suggested Tokugawa Cup Noodle Prohibition for just LNs, just LN, any LN in general. And then yun, I decided
Why?
screw it, I'll just speed map this, and I did.
Also, this is IT1 nga pala. Tama ba?
IT1 po, sir.
IT1. Yun.
Kawawa yung overlay.
Ayun nga eh. Don't worry, we'll get that fixed in time for Taiko Nationals. Maybe.
Yes, ideally.
Ideally.
Also, thank you Shindol-kun for mods, thanks.
Like
Nabiyan mo ako i-buff eh.
some of our eliminated players actually were super helpful with making sure the grand finals pool is actually what it
Oo
is.
nga pala. Because
Yes.
the title of this is so long, I couldn't fit the entire thing in the custom thread. So, I like, haba ng pangalan ng song boss. Sinabi ni Shadow-kun,
Kusanagi
Kusanagi
et
et
al.
al.
Ginawang thesis. Ano ba to? Ano ba to? ABA, Kusanagi, 2022.
Kusanagi et al.
Et al 2022. Ayun.
APA 7 something like that.
APA 7 yung format. Also, the following pattern, I hope that you drew Umaizo.
Yes, I
in
did.
Ellen.
I did I did UMIZ.
You should have drawn the Japanese characters, man.
I can't. It becomes too bad.
Oh my gosh. Wait, Uma!
Yeah.
Uma Musume!
Uma.
Oh my gosh.
Just hearing this music,
Yeah.
nagugutom na. I want music.
You want cup noodles
You
now?
want cup
Yep.
noodles? I mean, it's prime cup noodles ours right now. Also, fun fact, we are not sponsored, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gutom lang po
kasi
kami.
it's
Gutom lang kami.
Nissin Cup Noodles baka no?
Imagine we get sponsored by a cup noodle brand.
Oh my gosh. But again, PHNats is officially not sponsored by anyone, okay? We are not sponsored. Also, that's a very nice great count. Okay, so that ends our the last regular LN pick, the normal LN pick. So now let's move on to
Hybrid.
the only full pool section na hindi customs.
Non-customs. Good
Non-customs
job,
lahat
guys.
ng hybrid. I tell you, okay like aside from the fact that this is spoilers lang. Like aside from like the delays because of like the weather, I tell you, both 4K and 7K pools had problems looking for hybrid charts.
Yeah.
For this round, and it took many hours just to find something appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's go with
Oh, yeah.
hybrid one.
Thank you for that diff name. Matic Miko pag may Itawachi.
Oh my god. Okay, so we have Cepheid Critical Cannonball by Turks. So this is our Ellen heavy hybrid pick, more of a generic hybrid pick really. And well, it's Turks. I think that explains it for the most part really.
At this point, half the pool can be Turks if we really wanted it to
Yeah.
be.
So this pick has some level of technicality to it, but not enough really to be considered a hybrid 3 for this tournament. But it's just something that you'll have to take note of really. Also, this is a 2-minute 11-second pick, so definitely one of the shorter picks that we have in this entire pool. So I hope that you are being super careful with your combos and all.
Bakit lang mga Jackson?
Yeah. Oh. Like, this is really, really dense. So especially at these sections, really. And we're just halfway through the chart. A little section here for you to take a break, and then it will immediately build up again back to peak density really fast.
What are you guys saying about Nissan sponsorship?
Oh my gosh, hi Zaf.
Hi, Zaf. I didn't notice.
Hello Zaf.
Ah, yeah, don't worry, I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh.
No, there's no way.
No, there's no way.
No shot.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's go back to this first medyo shocker yun This section is hard. Like, I'm even having a hard time recognizing the patterns at this point. Like, okay, I don't know. I normally don't play at this level. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but like once you're knowledgeable enough, like you're able to keep up with reading, at least being able to recognize the patterns here. But like the patterns here like become a blur that like it's becoming hard to recognize which is which. Like this is one of those starts that actually where it actually happens to me. Okay. Also fast pick 190 BPM. Okay, let's move on to non-custom number 4. We have Yee's SB Rebel Wilderness. This is our rice heavy faster. I mean, I guess is it faster? I mean, it's lower BPM wise, but still. Also, by the way, like just to note, alam mo, like 30 minutes of conversation in the Mappool channel was literally just a debate. Which of the two picks, yung nasa hybrid 1 at saka hybrid 2, ilalagay sa hybrid 1 at saka hybrid 2?
Oh, don't
because
remind me.
Because like if you think about it, yung LN percent ng dalawang chart na to is just the same. So like either could work for both slots. Like there's a decent overlap really. So I guess if you prefer this one, then go pick this one. If you prefer the other one, then go pick that one.
The issue with this
Yeah.
is because I remember that our twin or Mr. V2 Barasan
Yeah.
had a complaint from last rounds on the finals pool because of the hybrid. Parang na-confusing hybrid eh. Parang
So
hindi
this is
makakonfuse siya eh.
So this is our reply. This is our compensation para doon sa feedback na yon. Thank you for the feedback. Again, alam po, importante po ang Mappool feedback para malalaman ng ating Mappool selectors kung ano yung mga pwede pang i-improve sa Mappools. So, it is actually really important that we receive your feedback kasi kayo din maglalaro.
Issue is parang I just noticed there's like a lack of fire emoji Mappool socks, you know?
Okay, like kahit yun lang wala eh. Parang kulang eh. Like, okay I think I kind of say, okay, I think there's enough merit for us to say like technically this is somehow faster because like, there's a lot of like speed patterns in this chart like overall like compared to the other one.
Yeah, mostly 1816.
Yeah. So I don't know, like, I think now thinking about it, like, yeah, this is hybrid 2. But just remember, like we spent like 30 to 45 minutes just debating on which one of the two, hybrid 1 or hybrid 2, actually goes where. Like 30 to 40 minutes of our time earlier tonight. Also, are we really seeing a full combo in this showcase?
YZ my goat.
Ay. YZ, oh my gosh. Okay, so ngayon, let's move on to our technical hybrid pick, the last normal hybrid pick of the tournament. We have Katagiri Angel Salad, a chart by Oct4. So, akala nyo 4K lang may Katagiri? We also have Katagiri here in 7K.
Katagiri and Terminal 11, 4K and 7K.
Yeah. This one, it's an Oct4 chart. Like Oct4 charts are known to be like super abrasive on the hands, like especially at this level. And now here comes the pain. Lots of really abrasive patterning, like lots of staccato LNs, or what people would call I cannot say the term because it's technically a swear word. Like, do you know the unofficial term coined in MWC 4K 2018?
No, actually, I didn't.
The term for short long notes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's technically slang for performance points.
Yes.
So we're not really technically not allowed to say it on Twitch.
I can't say it, even though I know it. I figured what you meant. I just can't believe that was coined like 7 years ago.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, this pick also 2 minutes 14 seconds, one of the shortest picks in the entire pool. Like I guess, like, especially if the match doesn't really go the distance, I do not see this being a favorite pick. Unless if you're desperate enough.
Just
Like,
hope
surely.
hope the other person didn't practice either, kind of thing.
Oh, like, this is that pick. Like, I feel like both of the players are just gonna be sight reading.
If
Not
there's
that we
one
advise.
side lead, it's this, but I don't want them to.
Actually, please don't. I mean, it's as if mapipigilan din natin yung mga players eh. Like, alam ko, like, when we had Primordial Reflection, the Grand Finals tiebreaker last year played between Arquin and Cielo, I think, if I remember correctly, I was pretty sure that both of them sight-read the chart.
Yep.
Yes. Actually.
I'm not sure about Arquin. Arquin typically plays the tiebreaker chart the moment it's released at this point. He did it for like every round already, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. So now, final 3 picks. The last rice pick of PHNats 2025. Our EX1 pick is
OJ5!
OJ5. We have
Papulik na naman kay
Sasuke.
Celia.
Sasuke Haraguchi. QBBB Bism. Apat na B siya, okay.
Shoutout
nyo,
to OJ
Alam
San.
nyo, okay sabihin ko lang, fun fact. Oddly-san joined the Mappooling team sometime in March or April. Literally day 1, in-upload na niya agad to sa lapagan namin ng mga custom charts. So this chart has been done for a decent while.
I also can tell you that this Mr. Oji-san has leaked this map pool to many people like multiple times already.
Without
But it has been
context, no?
buffed. It has been buffed since then.
Without context, no?
Yep, without context, but ganyan talaga sa Tora.
Like, this chart is wild. Like, why? Tapos, you know the funniest thing? Like, why this has been buffed? Like, it was like one sentence from another playtester. You know this EX1 pick is on the easier side.
Yep.
So yes, this is harder than what it initially should be.
Yeah, even Serelia, our other unofficial co-streamer, when he played this before the buff, he said he was like, this was like finals level-ish. So, buff required.
Yeah. Ibang klase din pala itong Mappool selector, ha? Also, man, like, that extended delay, oh my gosh.
Hi, Blocko, is that you?
Yeah, nga eh. Why? Ba't may greater than at saka less than? Oh my god.
Ba't may split roll yan dito, 4K?
Ginawang peace breaker. Oh my gosh. Evening, is that you?
Oh, that burst!
Oh, yeah. Oh, not again.
Oh my god, double the I hereby apologize in advance to the 3 players because Mr. Ogison took a bit too hard. Jesus Christ, this map, bro. I just see rice notes, but at this point, I don't even want to see them anymore. Oh god. Okay. I guess I'll be taking over with Rui with Shitty Shitty Bang Bang because Surfjo85 has disconnected because nag-brownout nag-brownout sila. We lost. Okay. Well, that was EX1, the final EX Rice pick of this tournament. let's I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed whatever that was. But again, like I still think it's manageable. Hard, sure, but still manageable. I don't know if this is getting picked.
Sorry sa tatlong player.
Oo nga eh, story na lang po sa tatlong players. Kasi ano eh, I mean, I already see one of them in chat. But like,
Hello.
hello, Mr. Sunny.
Hello, Sunny.
Also, I know Mr. Sunny here. He loves K-pop just as much as the next guy, but I'm you'll be sorely disappointed to know that EX2 is sadly not
Welcome back.
K-pop. Oh, is that Surf
Hello po, hello.
Okay,
Okay, so
good enough.
live via phone touch po tayo ngayon.
Let's
Oh my
go!
Anyway, as I was saying, Sunny, I'm sorry, but you'll be sorely disappointed to find out it's not my afterlife or any K-pop in general for EX2. However, it is something else that has been prepared for. So, Mr. Streamer-san, would you move to the the final EX long note pick, and it's OJ6. I can't believe I'm saying this, but OJ6.
Oh, Jesus.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Okay, fine.
What
I think the
also?
power
What do you mean level 70 lang to? That's a lie.
Also, ano lang, I think the power is finally back, so I'll be moving back to my PC. Let's go.
I can barely understand you.
Ayun.
Hello.
Sabi niya, babalik na daw siya sa PC.
Okay, okay. Alright, perfect. Thank you. That'd be nice. Anyway, are we sure level 170 lang to? With 4.5 minutes? Julia Prelude by Mr. Oji-san. What do you mean level 70 lang to? And stars by though. What do you mean level 70 auto jump to, sir? Parang mas closer to level 100 na.
But the OD though?
The OD is only 6, yeah. Normal. Also mandatory for something like this kasi again, Mr. Oji-san cooked a bit too hard with the grand finals picks.
At the start din kasi, parang medyo chill siya din. It gradually goes
Yeah.
to this.
And now we have sweeps and drawings. Nag-drawing na naman po si Oji-san dito sa long notes. Oji-san and drawing in every possible map you can. Kahit Korjak, nag-drawing pa nga siya eh. In his words, gewang-gewang muna kayo, team. Also, I love how it's quote-unquote level 70, but if you look at the max combo, it's what, 8804 plus 1786? Bro, that's 10,500 or like, this is not level 70, Cora. Stop lying. This reminds me of EX3 last round, where Kuro said level 1 easy as the diff name for EX3, which is the mini tiebreaker. What do you mean, level 1? Parang same philosophy din to ah. Anyway, a lot of element consistency parts here with a bunch of sweeps and looks like a bunch of control H parts too. Ay, yun iba lang yung drawing. Ah, kaya pala.
Do I see shields there?
Yep, shields, sweeps, drawings, whatever the hell you want to put there, Koda has had it. Actually, no, whatever the hell you don't want to put there, Koda has put it. This is not level 70, so chat, this is a lie.
Hello.
1.8 cap release is ano to? Is that Surf? Hello?
Ayun, finally, I'm back.
There he is.
Just in time for the ending of this chart. Like, by the way, I tell you guys, it gets worse from here.
Oh yeah,
More.
sadly.
Yes.
Sadly, there's more.
Okay, since this is your first time watching a Mania Mappool, I'm gonna teach you something in VSRG charting or just general rhythm game charting theory. There's this thing called climax theory na the hardest part of the chart is usually designed to be at the end of the chart. So knowing that, and you already saw the difficulty of the chart, ano kaya sa tingin mo ang nasa final 25% ng chart na ito?
Dead. Dead.
Ayan o, there you go. Like a
Even
lot of
worse.
yeah, even worse than the other choruses that we've had.
More notes. More long notes.
Yeah.
More long notes, even more drawings, tighter releases, shields galore. Kahit ano na to. Parang level 700
Oo.
na po to. Hindi na po 70.
Tandaan nyo po ha, like the EX picks are designed to be around the same difficulty as a tiebreaker. So this is kind of a prelude to what you're about to see some 2 charts from now.
Yep.
So good luck.
It's a shame that the 4K people are... Oy!
Teka lang. Ano yun?
I thought we were done with the hidden
Akala ko tapos na tayo dun.
The hidden Mickey wala. We
Ano
lost.
yun? Okay.
Cora.
Ano yun?
Cora. First it was Phoenix on
Oh my
semifinals, now
gosh.
this.
Oh my god. Okay. So now, for the true prelude to
Ay,
the
sorry. May
tiebreaker.
sabi daw, ano po, Hammer and Shark
Hammer and Shark. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay. So now, EX3 is our mini tiebreaker pick. And I tell you, okay, like before we go, who do you think charted EX3?
Let's give it a minute or so for the chat.
Let's give it like a few
You
moments for
have
the
a
chat to
few
figure
choices.
out.
You have a few choices. Come on. None of
Yeah.
them are wrong answers, trust me. There's one that's just
Yeah.
an objectively correct answer.
Yeah, there's only one objectively correct answer at this point.
But there's no wrong guesses. Let's just say it like
Yeah.
that.
Surf.
Are we?
Are we about to
Oh
see
my God.
OJ7? Is that the
Okay, wait. Tayo Bersad, Surf Q, like, when have I ever charted anything more than 5 stars, may I ask?
That's true. I
Like-
don't think
like
I've seen
even-
a surf chart over 6.
Even my MWC semifinals picks have been below 6 stars or something like that. It's actually
Yeah, I think it's below 6 stars now, so remember. I think at
mean,
most it was 6
understandable.
stars.
Possible.
okay. Okay, so I think everyone has made the guess of Oji-san.
A good chunk of people
Okay,
guessed
a,
on
a good
OG-san.
a good choice. Streamer-san,
However,
who is our EX3
are they
charter?
correct? It is actually
Turks.
TY4!
We have Akiri and How to Play LN, Kuroi Hanabira.
Wow.
And Turks mini tiebreaker. I feel like a lot of people are going to be so scared of this chart.
Mini tiebreaker lang po.
I
by the
tell
way.
you, everyone's gonna be scared.
Let's see first. Ano yung chart na to?
Alright, so this is EX3, our mini tiebreaker, aka Turks Galore.
Okay, when we
Oh
say,
God, the
when we say,
BPM.
yeah, it's fast. It's actually really fast. Okay, when we say mini tiebreaker, like it's basically like what do you expect from a tiebreaker chart really in terms of patterning?
But the length is just
Yeah.
not as well.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I can't see.
Oh, Swear jar.
Okay, let's just put up some money in the swear jar for that for a moment. But I'm sorry. Also, I'd like to leave this with a quote. Turks, I'd like to take EX3.
You know when Turks at what time Turks said that?
What? I didn't remember.
Wait, let me double check. Stall for a bit.
Yeah, okay, let's stop. 240 BPM chart, by
Okay.
the way. So,
Okay. So, okay, I just remember now. Turks said, "Can I take Grand Finals EX3 at 11:50 a.m. earlier?" So yes, this
Yeah.
chart was done, and then the chart was done at around 7 p.m.
So basically 8 hours of on and off charting, and Turks has come
Yeah.
up with this.
Yeah. This is wild.
Speed
Like this
mapper.
chart is wild.
And still somehow less star rating than EX2.
Yeah, it's actually funny.
That's such a banger song.
Yep.
Yeah,
Shout out to
this is
Index
a,
and Akine. My good song producers.
in fact, it was like 40% finished at that time.
40%
Yeah.
done already, so honestly,
Yeah, I mean, to be
this
fair,
works really fast. Like, what the hell, Turks?
like this chart is wild. And honestly, knowing the players, like this will be picked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Knowing the players, like this will be picked regardless of what happens. Also, this break section, I hope that it's not a literal combo break section. It's just a break section, okay? Tandaan niyo po guys ha, no combo breaks
and
at the
there we
very
have
end.
it. The last regular pick of PHNM
2
2025.
minutes of that. Grabe.
Okay, so
I love the replayer name, by the way. That's YZ, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to be. Okay, so again, like before we continue, again, our massive apologies for always being late in these Mapple showcase. Like everything just didn't line up very well compared to like what we had over the previous years. While we did have Monday nights in the Mapple showcase, I feel like I think this is the most late we have been throughout like ever since 2021, and I hope that this does not happen again like in later editions. And that also includes the other nationals as well, like Standard Taiko and Catch. Well, I guess it's about time for us to finally talk about the remaining chart. So as always, it has been a tradition now that the tiebreaker song, like since 2021, well, is a new song. So literally the first time you'll be hearing this for a lot of you. I mean, all of us in the map, like all of us who have had the privilege of being able to chart, have heard this since months ago, for some of them weeks ago. And fun fact, um the charters did not even know the title of the song until like
Either yesterday or today.
yesterday or today.
Or
So
actually, no, now it's Tuesday now,
yeah.
right? So 2 days ago or
Yeah,
yesterday.
2 days ago. Yeah. So we literally kept that a secret. Like even to some of the Mapple selectors, like only a handful of people knew. Just as a fun fact as well, this song has been planned to be the grand finals tiebreaker. Literally weeks after PHNats 2024 ended. So this has always been in the works. And honestly, I feel so happy about with how this song really turned out. We wanted to go a different direction breaker song this time around because we've had like a few years of full flavor. So we wanted something that's a bit more on the on the more more of on the more single genre side of the pool. But there's enough variety for the people here to listen to. Anyways, I think we've stalled this enough.
Yep. I think
Again,
it's time,
both
Master.
both 4K and 7K charts are gonna be featured here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the OSU Philippines Nationals 2025 OSU Mania 4K and 7K Grand Finals tiebreaker.
You think?
Dear Diary, I am finally writing this to say I am free and I want to be everyone's friend. You'll stay with me forever. Right?
Visible nature is all plasticity and everything.
Dear Diary, I'm sorry.
I will never trust anyone again.
That was Silas Algernon till the final breath. The PHNM 2025 Grand Finals tiebreaker. This was a fun project to have, honestly. Like,
Very.
it was a fun project to have. Like, it was a challenge to have a song like this in the pools.
Oh, true. It's
Like
quite
as a tiebreaker,
different.
like it's hard to make a chart like this. But sometimes limitations force the creative side out of you. Like I feel
Also-
like that's like the biggest lesson that we've had.
Also,
Also, yeah.
remember that long jack part, that 165
Yeah.
BPM jack part?
Yeah.
I apologize for having that, but honestly, it was worse. it was
It
worse.
was worse indeed. It was indeed worse. Like
It
I
was
tell you.
literally 165 BPM 8 stack long jacks, bro. I was so
Yeah.
close. I was this close to keeping it in, but we play tested it and like, nah.
Nah, it's not
said
gonna
that.
happen.
The 7K side of the map, the sound design was incorporated in the map. Like the guys.
It really depends really on what the direction the fort like everyone in the pooling side, like both charts were done independently of each other.
Yes.
Like it always has been like that. Like one, like the 4K team would want Rice for this section. We would want LS for our section. It really depends, really. And again, let us might as well say, like, before we do like the formalities and all, might as well give everyone a shout again. That was Silas, or we would also know them as Revile or Ravail, one of the featured artists of OS, and a friend of ours in the Mania community. Like it was an absolute thrill to be able to work with them after so long. Like I remember them commentating for PHNats like some years ago, and then now Grandfather's Tiebreaker composer. Let's go. Also, some other important people here. The background art was done by Muffleberry. We have a time lapse prepared of like the final detailing job of the background. It is on the OCPHYT channel. It will be put up as soon as the Tiebreaker showcase video is also put up. And then the storyboard was made by Lot, MVP. Like Lot has done such a really good job with the storyboard here, and the PV as well, done by our Mr. Streamer son, who had to work on it. Like it's pretty much the reason why like the stream had to be delayed by this to this point. And again, like unfortunate thing about the weather, it should have been like, if it wasn't for the weather, we would have been able to stream it earlier, finish it early, and all of that stuff. But it happens. Also, Yukina Meng did the logo type for the song itself. Despite kahit kinakain na siya ng licensure exam for teachers, preparing for that, he still managed to take part on this tiebreaker as well, like in some form. They would have wanted to chart actually, pero ano lang, kinain talaga ng let. So yeah, final words. I wanna give everyone in the Mappool team a massive thank you. Especially to those who have contributed a lot of their time, a lot of their effort. You guys know who you are, and also for helping us like with a lot of the last minute decisions that we have to make with the pool. Thank you guys so much. I know like PHNats has always been known to be like super late in delivering these map pools like at the very end. I mean, I guess you could call it's part of a charm, but we've always wanted to avoid those kinds of situations, but it always happens. And like I really, from the bottom of my heart, like thank you guys so much for being part of this process. Like the past few months have always been are always gonna be rough, like especially as we get closer to the tournament, but we've really delivered these quality pools. And again, we've mentioned this earlier, the song choices that we've had for both 4K and 7K have been extremely good. Like I can't believe, like I feel like in terms of song choices, this is like the most solid tournament that we've had in that regard. And also this is kind of a call for help already, because next year, PHNats 2026 for Mania, I won't be part of the staff, or at least the map pooling team, because yes, after 10 years of staffing for PHNats, I am officially announcing that I am actually gonna play in PHNats. Not retiring, I'm playing. Like only for that 1 year, and then I'll come back for 2027. Like it's just
10 years staff, 1 year play, 10 years staff, 1 year.
Finally, am I actually gonna be able to play? Like finally, am I? Tapos pagdating ng December, sasabihin nila ako, Surf, wala talaga mahanap ng ibang Mappool selector, pwede ikaw na maglaro. Pwede kang pumili, mag-selector ka na.
Please don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happens.
Please
Pero,
donate support.
like if it actually happens, I wouldn't hesitate to be part of it. Like just to note lang.
Fair.
Like kung wala talaga, I wouldn't hesitate being part of the Mapooling team again. I mean, I have my duties din naman kasi ano naman, like I'm one of the people who helps organize PHNats as a whole, like not only the mania side. Toshiro Ken would know what I mean by this. So yeah, other formalities, ano pa nakalimutan ko? Match schedules for the grand finals will be posted later today. Pagkagising ko na siguro. Custom charts are gonna be uploaded by the respective, by the people responsible of them. Ours after the showcase, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, everything will be up. Most of them are already uploaded actually, especially at least from what I know. So for our 6 remaining players, actually make it 5 kasi one of them is on both podiums. So to sino nga ba to Boji, Livette, Forken, Bueno, and Sunny, the 5 people who are gonna be featured in in the weekend's matches. Again, good luck to you guys. Hope you guys actually manage to practice the pools and hope you guys have fun. Also, again, if you are interested in an eliminated player versus staff show match, please tell me or Lively Peninsula as soon as possible so we can get that arranged. And we'll try to get some of our esteemed staff members to play with you guys.
Good luck na lang yo
Okay?
fighting YZ and Turks.
Oo. Imagine mo, 7K show match. Yung magiging team ng staff. Oji-san, Turks, YZ. Tapos sino pa ba? Like, yun yung pambato namin sa staff sa 7K. Sa naman, sa 4K naman, magiging pambato nila si Cub, si Toadette, si Volpsy.
Cub to that Volpsy. Yeah, bro, throw Lot as well. Just throw in Lot.
Throw Lot as well.
Throw Lot and
Lot and Snow as well. Like, imagine. It would be cool if we make it happen. Like, please, let's actually make it happen. Can we?
Please, it'd be
Can
so
we?
fun. It'd be so fun.
It would be
I
fun.
would love to cast it.
Yeah. So, please tell us as soon as possible so we can get that arranged. Okay. So, now that the formalities are done, again, Tiebreaker Showcase video will be up on the OCPHYT channel sometime later. Kasi hindi na namin na-upload in advance before the stream started. So, we'll get that up as soon as possible. And again, thank you guys so much for watching even at 3 in the morning. I mean, I know all of us are degenerates na naman. So, I guess So, in behalf of the Lively Peninsula, Lot, and Snow, this has been for their 7K Mappool showcase. This has been Wonderland's X Filipino time. Clown to clown communication, Neen and Rui with the shooty bang bang. And this has been the OC Philippines Nationals 2025 OC Mayo 4K 7K tournament Grand Finals Mappool showcase. Magsitulog na po tayong lahat. Good night.
Good night or good more night. Good more night.
Good more night.